Harold Platypus here. This week's film is a film from 2010, documentary by Werner Herzog called Happy People, A Year in the Taiga. Yeah, it's about these guys living up in Siberia, in northern Russia, way up there, eh? And, yeah, a lot of it is about these guys who are like real, like, wow, they are manly men, going out there, living up north there. And then, for like a long time in the winter, basically like the whole winter, they just say to their families, see you later. And they go out into the woods and trap, and like go out there and hunt things and eat things and hunt some things so you have things left to eat later. And it looks like a real tough time. But these guys go out there and they've got a skidoo, an old skidoo, and they've got like a dog. They each have a dog because actually they say the dogs are very important for your survival. You need a dog out there, a good dog, to help you. But yes, it is quite a film and quite a wild way of life. And man, they do some stuff. They show them how they make all these old traps and trap these sables. Pardon me. But yes, they trap the sables to, sell the fur and stuff. So, I don't know, it was alright. But you know what, Werner Herzog being Werner Herzog, this is not actually done by Werner Herzog. Or not entirely. Because actually Werner Herzog, originally the film was filmed by a guy called Dmitry Veshukov or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, look it up on, Wikipedia. I did. And, anyway, this guy, he filmed it for television or something. And then Werner Herzog came along later and re-edited it and added his own narration. So, Werner Herzog, he's a sneaky man. So, who knows, maybe he added some embellishments with his narration, Yeah, there's some scenes with these dogs, man. There's this one scene with this dog, the guy, he's, like when he's done hunting for the season and he wants to drive home. Now, this could be some bullshit from Werner Herzog, because he puts in some stuff, But anyways, in the documentary, it says and shows that this guy is, snowmobiling back to his home. And he's in a rush, but for some reason he doesn't let the dog ride on the sled behind his skidoo. It runs behind him, and they say the guy was riding a long way, like over 100 kilometers, and it took like, I don't know, something crazy, like 8 hours or something, and this dog was just running the whole time behind the snowmobile. So I don't know, I guess it stayed warm and they like to run, but holy shit, man, that's a long way for a little dog to run, behind the snowmobile. If I was that guy, I'd be like, hey dog, why don't you ride in the trailer of the snowmobile? Or better yet, why don't you drive the snowmobile and I can go back there and have a beer or something, But, yeah, actually, that would be good, have that dog drive it, and then me go sit back in the trailer and just, have a few beers and hang out, and then And then, I don't know, maybe the dog would be like, hey, Harold, I am tired driving. How would you get up here? And, oh, but then that, oh, no, but then, oh, you know, no, you can't, no, you can't, oh, no, oh, no. You can't drive a snowmobile while drinking, or you'll go through the ice. Ah, that would be a bummer. That would be a bummer, man. I like this movie, but you know, part of me was like, hey, I like seeing all this crazy stuff out in the woods, you know, doing all this tough guy stuff, or you know, like real smart, like guys, you know, they know how to operate out in the bush, like how to cut a tree down, or you know, they show one guy making his own skis out of wood, you know, like splitting wood and all this kind of stuff, you know. But you know, I guess they do still use fuel, and they have metal. You know, they've got you know, like they'd have a chainsaw, I guess, or they've got axes. You know, that kind of stuff. They've got metal axes. So you know, it's not like they're you know like the real hardcore like the real hardcore, like, you know, like stone tools, or like, you know, digging a hole out of something made out of a bone. Like, holy shit, man, now that is fucking tough stuff. Oh my goodness. But anyways, what the hell was I talking about? I would say, try it. Oh yes, but the movie I didn't show what, you know, what the women were doing, you know, like what were they doing, or, you know, there's still this village, so I don't know, I mean, it was cool seeing the stuff out in the woods, but, you know, whatever, what's the rest of the village do, because I bet you they were all, you know, up there, because this is, you know, this is a flying place, and they don't get many supplies, they're way up there, so back home, you know, they're probably all doing tough stuff too, you know, like, I don't know what they're doing, but it probably isn't easy. It's probably like pioneer times the whole time, you know, like, I don't know, you know, building things out of heavy objects, you know, that kind of thing. Real pioneer stuff, yeah. I guess the one thing you got to think about this movie, though, is that, you know, what would it have been like if, you know, if Werner Herzog had actually gone up there and shot the footage? Because that other guy actually shot the footage, so, you know, what would happen if Werner Herzog had been up there? Because one thing this movie is, you know, is different from than, you know, other movies Werner Herzog is sometimes, you know, does stuff with, is because, you know, he's kind of a wise guy sometimes, you know, and always does, you know, make sometimes his interview subjects look a little silly, you know. And, you know, this movie doesn't have any of that, and it's like, though at the same time, you know, like, these guys are so hardcore that, you know, Werner Herzog, you know, he really likes, I think, this kind of, like, you know, people being, like, you know, living, like, by do all of these ingenious means, you know, and, you know, and, like, surviving in, like, you know, difficult climates or whatever. So, I have a feeling he probably, you know, really respects these guys. But, you know, at the same time, you know, hey, Werner Herzog's a wise guy, so he probably would have, you know, added some kind of, like, silly stuff, you know. There's some stuff in there that might be a little silly, but, you know, it's whatever. It is very interesting, you know. It is very interesting stuff, you know, to see a guy, you know, take an axe and, you know, using an axe and some stuff around, you know, cutting down a tree like this, you know, with an axe, and then, you know, making making a trap, you know, making a trap, cutting down a tree, you know, getting a piece of brush, you know, and putting it on the thing. And then, you know, catching something, well, probably something my size, they fuckers. If you like documentaries, then, you know, I would say, you know, check out this documentary. Now, you know, I know that it is a documentary about, you know, living up there, you know, in the bush, and it is cold out, and, you know, there's a dog around, and, you know, there's, you know, you're catching wild animals, and, you know, up there, you know, I think they get into the bugs too. I don't know, into the, yes they do. They talk about insects when it's warmer out and how they bite and all that. But it is a documentary. So, you know, if you like sort of nature things, you know, whatever, learning about different people, I would say check it out, you know. Might not be for everyone, but I would say, man, I thoroughly enjoyed this stuff. But, you know, hey, I mean, I almost like almost everything Werner Herzog's done, which I've seen so far. You know, I still have a lot of his things to see, but, you know, so far things he's involved with I like, you know. And hey, that other guy, you know, the Dimitri guy, he shot some very nice footage too, and I mean, that could not have been an easy thing to pull off up there, because, you know, it looks like it could be kind of, you know, tough weather conditions to film, you know, and plus, you know, it looked like they had a helicopter for some stuff, but, you know, like they're still out there following these guys around in skidoos, or maybe they had, yeah, I guess out there in skidoos and stuff, so, you know, could not have been an easy shot, and he got some very nice footage, so, I would say it is a very good movie, and check it out. Check it out, 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 check it out.